Giddy up. Hey, good morning. Did you know that you should shoot your eye out this Christmas? You should shoot your eye out this Christmas. Look, I was just pretending to see what it would be like if I shot my eye out this Christmas, and I'd still have one eye to be looking, but it's very, very hard. In fact, I don't know if you have eye problems like me as an old age. Let's fix it here. Let's fix it. I'll put my head on straight. Good morning. Welcome to the Daily Dose. And I'm going to share with you why you should shoot your eye out this Christmas. Yes, don't worry. We're not talking about guns. I am going to actually tell you a short story about my experience almost shooting my eye out. And we'll get to that. But let's think about it. Like, you can still see, right? But it's going to be harder to see. So why the heck would anybody want to shoot their eye out for Christmas? And of course, you're thinking about that story, right? The Christmas story. And part of me wants to think I'm like that parent when you get asked for Christmas, like, I want a Red Ryder BB gun with a compass and a scope, right? You saw the story. It's such a great Christmas story. It reminds me back when I was a kid, and isn't it nice, like, to think back when you were younger? Maybe you didn't have a great experience as a kid with Christmas, and I just remember, and maybe you did, and if you did, you remember, like, the anticipation. For us, it was waiting at the top of the stairs. We had a 2-story house, and waiting at the top of the stairs for our parents. And they had one of those gates, like, protect us from not falling down the stairs. Well, guess who fell down the stairs? That's probably why I'm a bit messed up in the head, is I fell down the stairs a couple times. So that gate really didn't work, right? It tried, but it did work on Christmas morning, because I remember our living room being downstairs, and I remember we were in New York and out on Long Island where I grew up. And I remember waiting with my sister at the top of the stairs before Christmas, on Christmas morning, and my parents would go down, and they were really kind of putting things together, but they were getting coffee and doing all that stuff, and we couldn't go down there. We couldn't peek. We had to wait until they were ready to go downstairs. The anticipation was killing us. But I remember one year I got a BB gun, and I remember the whole thing. It was just as the story, Christmas story. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. You have to be really careful. Well, I didn't shoot my eye out. I actually did get in trouble with it, and that's a whole nother story, but I did use it the wrong way, and I got in really, really bad trouble. I won't go down that road, but it was almost like shooting your eye out. And why am I think of myself as, in this time of year, always, really for a long, long time, I feel like I'm that parent to a different extent, because what I know what's going to happen is you're going to. Why are you saying you should shoot your eye out? Well, you should shoot only one eye out, right? And I say only one eye out so you can still see. Now, the problem is if you shot that eye out last year, or maybe 2 years ago, or maybe 5 years ago, maybe you shot your eye out, you've been shooting the same eye out year after year after year. And what I mean by that is, think of it in this terms, is now, of course, being the health and fitness coach, your bulletproof Christian fitness mentor, I want to ensure you that you don't end up shooting, because you might miss and you might hit the other eye, and guess what? Then game's over, right? You won't be able to see the rest of your life. So that's all right, because what happens is a lot of times people end up shooting their own eye out year after year after year. And what I mean by that is they pull up the same list of resolutions. They want to lose weight again. I'm going to make this year my year. I'm going to finally lose the weight. I'm going to make my health a number one top priority. In fact, the number one thing on the list for people in the New Year's is to lose weight, right? And if that was working, then guess what? There'd be a lot more people in this world that don't have the weight loss problems. The problem is you can't keep ending up shooting your eye out. And I would say the good news is you got two eyes, right? The good news is, now pay close attention to me here. And if you come on live, let me know. I see some people on there. Let me know you're here. Don't worry, I won't call you out. I'll just say hello and say good morning. Do what Facebook is meant to be for, to engage, to connect, to say hello. Now, if you caught this on the replay, go watch this on the replay. Oop, I got to turn on my car. Now, I'm in my home office now because, you know, it's the time of year where the kids are home, kids are done with school, and so forth, so on. But that's a whole nother conversation. But let's just go there. If you keep shooting the same eye out, right, year after year, you keep pulling up the same resolution, you keep going on a quick fix diet, you keep joining a gym and never going, you keep holding yourself accountable when you know that only having yourself to be held accountable to is an easy way to bail on it, right? You go through that vicious cycle. It's just as if you're shooting the same eye out over and over and over and over and over and over. And what happens is you get so frustrated. Now, maybe for you, it was, it started off after having kids. And I work with a lot of people that say, Mark, I just really never got it together after I started having kids. Now, for a lot of you, a lot of people in my season of life, your kids are now older. They're teenagers. Maybe they're in college. Maybe you even have some grandchildren. And what happens is you're still shooting your eye out. You're still shooting that same eye. Now, you still got another one, because here's the good news. As long as you didn't shoot the other eye. Now, what does it look like when you shoot both eyes out? Now you're completely blind. You don't know at all. Like you're going to give up. Like you just can't see at all. But if you've been maybe just making the same mistakes over and over and shooting one eye out, the good news is you still have another eye to see that there is another direction to go. There's another choice to be made. Sorry, the hat's kind of all over the place. But it is cold out here. Thankfully, I'm in my car and it's warm. My house, again, like I said, the kids are there. So I'm in my home away from home office. So let's get to this point. The point is, you go down that same road. It's almost like going down, like you have directions set in on course and you're like, I'm ready. And you get to the same cul-de-sac, if you will, right? And what happens in a cul-de-sac? You either have to stop or you have to turn back around and go back the way you came in, right? And that's what happens when you go on a quick fix, when you do a cleanse. Oh, I'm going to do a New Year's cleanse. I'm going to join that gym. I'm going to do that hardcore workout. That's not appropriate because my body's broken down. But you know what? I keep seeing people burning tons of calories and losing weight. And maybe that's the truth. But the problem is it may not be appropriate for you. And, our habits that we form, a lot of them, think about it, habit of disappointing yourself again, the habit of having some quick weight loss in the new year, and then life turns a different direction and then you fall off track. There's no accountability. You have no structure. You haven't scheduled for when life, look, last year, the reality is I think a lot of people had intentions, good intentions. And what happened? COVID happened, right? Right in the March season. I think it was around spring break because we were away. And it's crazy to think that people didn't even make it to that. So the excuse could be there, but it might have even been a month or two after, because a lot of times people give up right in January. The reality is 80% of people fail on New Year's resolutions. And I don't want you to fail. In other words, I don't want you to keep shooting that same eye out. I don't want you to keep shooting the eye out, because what I've found that happens over time is not only do you shoot the one eye out, you end up, that one's done. Like you've already shot it out. There's nowhere left to shoot. Then you start going over to the other eye and you just shoot that eye out. And then guess what? You're completely blind. And that's going to make you really disabled to some extent. And the point is not finding a solution, not getting the help that you need, not actually knowing that there's anything else. If you can't see what else is out there, then how are you going to improve, right? That's the hard thing. So I hope this analogy made sense to you. Because I know December night is time, right? People want to think about the New Year's, but just let me see oh, there we go. I lost you there for a moment. The internet goes out. Stressful season, all those life things getting in the way, end of the year, holidays, all that, time, effort, resources, money being spent on Christmas presents, and now kids are home from school, and it's a lot, right? Stress. Maybe there's relationships and family members that you haven't been around for a while, and all those things are stressful. And you maybe want to just shoot both eyes out so you don't have to go through it. But I want to encourage you that you don't have to. The good news is, guess what? Even though Ralphie shot his eye out, he still was okay, right? His parents still loved him. He still had his other eye. He did shoot it. And again, it's a great story. But I come back to that shooting your eye out. And I was like, just don't pull the trigger. Right? Don't pull the trigger making that same mistake. I want to encourage you in this new season, if you're that person, if you're maybe that parent over 40, right? And you've been struggling to lose the same 20, 30, 50, 80, 100 plus pounds of weight over the last several years, do yourself a favor. Don't go down the same. It's a habit, right? Unfortunately, we've built those habits up, right? Of shooting the same eye out, of doing making the same mistakes over and over. And again, the reality is it just takes a different form. Like, oh, well, I'm just going to buy this, I'm just going to buy this Total Gym back, let's just think maybe years ago. I'm going to just buy that P90X program. I'm going to just buy that Peloton. I'm going to just buy that mirror. That's what this year's Peloton is, the mirror. And don't get me wrong, can you get some benefit from that? Absolutely. Do the majority of people end up wasting a lot of money doing that? Yeah, because they think it's going to be the solution. The problem is there's much more to it. It takes more effort. It's going to take building habits. If you don't have a habit of exercise, you're not going to exercise. If you don't have a habit of eating healthy, you're not going to eat healthy. The problem is people aren't willing to put the time and effort in for the consistency because you don't necessarily realize how much effort it takes. Now, it doesn't mean it has to be hardcore. It doesn't mean you can't eat another carb, It doesn't mean you can't have another glass of wine. It doesn't mean that you have to work out 2 and 3 hours a day doing long cardio. That's not what I'm talking about. It just talks about, what I'm talking about is having a sensible plan, a simple plan that you can build into your current lifestyle, that you can grow and learn so that you don't have to every year keep shooting your eye. One of the best things I think about with my students in my bulletproof coaching program is that the bulletproof part comes because I want to bulletproof habits. Now, do they happen overnight? No, I wish. If I had a magic wand, gosh, I would be a gazillionaire. If I had a magic wand and could just wave it and your habits would be changed overnight, I would absolutely 100% do it. But it takes time, it takes patience, it takes effort, it takes consistency, it takes accountability, it takes understanding what your body needs, it takes understanding how much fuel you need, how much food you need to eat, what kind of exercise is appropriate based on where you're at in your life and your season. And that's what I provide for my students. So going through, don't shoot your eye out, do yourself a favor. And if you're looking to put down the gun, right? If you're looking to put down the gun so you don't shoot yourself again, pick up your hands and go type in bulletproof. Literally, you can put it down here. You can send it to me in a private message. All you have to do is send me bulletproof. Now, maybe you're thinking, no, next week is Christmas. Well, here's the thing. I know some of you, I've gotten messages, even a few threats. Mark, how did you do that Black Friday sale? And I didn't know about it. I just, Thanksgiving and it was craziness and the politics and I got overwhelmed and I forgot about your Black Friday sale. Now, mind you, I said even at that time, that's it. It's done. It's done. But I got almost, not death threats, but I got people like, hey, I want to join, but I want that special deal. Well, you know what? I put something even greater and better. And I say better. The good news is if you're listening and you joined and you were a good fit for us and we got on a call and you got the Black Friday special offer, guess what? You're also, and all of my current students are going to benefit. I have some Christmas presents coming for them, which is amazing. They don't even know it yet. I'm letting you know before I let them know. But into the new year, going into the new year, being prepared between now and December 31st. Right now, we actually decided 2020 was a hard year. 2020 is going to be an amazing year. And I was like, what are the things we want? What are the things our students and the people that are in our inner circle, we call it the inner circle, our community. And in our inner circle are my premium coaching clients. They come in, well, what is it that they need more of? We've been brainstorming. Me and my team have been brainstorming. And we put together a list. And guess how many things were on that list of things that we want to provide for our students? There was 21 things. It's kind of crazy to think. So we put together 21 bonuses. This is not even my coaching program. These are the bonuses, the extra things that you get. And I think last year I did some sale at the end of the year. It was maybe 3 or 4 bonuses. And I was thinking of here are all the things that I know would really best benefit and based on the feedback and from my current ones that are succeeding on the program without the extra bonuses. Well, we came up to a list and I'm looking, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. There's 21 bonuses here, 21 bonuses. And I was like, 2021, you know what? That's a divine intervention. So what we've done is put together our program, which is awesome, and you get great results. I even guarantee, I put my money where my mouth is, and I guarantee you results. And on top of that, I have a list of extras, bonuses, 21 bonuses, things that are going to not only help you get on the right path to help you prevent yourself from shooting yourself in the eye next year around, but 2021, no matter what comes in the way. Listen, COVID got in the way of a lot of people's health journeys this year. I'll tell you what, and even some of my students were rattled a little bit, but when you have the structure, when you have the accountability, when you have a coach who's going along this path with you. You're going to benefit by being able to keep the blinders. Look, we've had to put some blinders on this year. Look, you can't see, I can't see to the side right now. I can't see either side. Sometimes it takes being focused, and what you focus on is where you're going to grow the most. If it's losing weight, if it's getting healthier, you sometimes need some help. Oh, no, Mark. Well, what's going on over there? Mark, no, I can't do this. I can't work out. I can't eat healthy because all this stuff is making me so stressed out. I just want to drink and eat all the snacks. And so look, what do I do? Oh, hold on. We need these blinders. We got to get these. And I'm not talking these blinders. I'm not talking this. I'm talking here to view, to keep you on the straight path so that you can stay on the healthy path. Because as we know in 2020, despite all this craziness, right, that's going on, truly 2021 for a lot of people is going to be the first time they really focus on their health. Because we know, despite contrary to popular belief, while this may be able to protect you, while having something over your face may be able to protect you, you still have to take care of yourself. It doesn't mean you're going to magically get super healthy because doing this, right? Hey, we're not here to argue about masks or no masks. I'm here to argue about your health and why it's important for you to take the focus. 2021 can be your year, but if you keep shooting yourself in the eye, so yes, keep shooting yourself in the eye. You can go ahead, do it. In fact, I say you should shoot your eye out, right? You should shoot your eye out, but don't shoot your other eye out, because the other eye is all you got. Once your eyes are shot out, guess what? Then you're done. You're completely done. And that's when I see people give up hope. And I don't want you to give up hope. I want you to be encouraged, inspired, and I want you to believe in yourself enough to realize there's a value in taking care of your health. Now, all right, I know there's a value. I know I need to be healthy. I want to stay away from COVID. I want to stay away from hospitals. I want to make sure that I'm a good steward of my body. I don't want to put anybody else at risk, right? I don't want to put anybody else's, health at risk. Well, take care of yourself. And you can do it. But sometimes you need a little guidance. Sometimes you need a little extra support. Sometimes you need some accountability. Sometimes you might need to know how to exercise being 50 years old. Sometimes you may need to know what you need to fuel in your body. Again, and I'm not talking about taking carbs away from you. I'm not talking about exercising 3 hours a day. I'm not talking about needing all the fancy equipment in your house. I'm talking about a sensible plan, a simple plan. Like the most I've learned, the amount of years and hundreds of thousands of dollars, 8 years in college, physical therapy degree, every single certification you could imagine, literally over 20 certifications. I even spent five years of my life pursuing fitness for golfers specifically. We're talking biomechanics, like the whole shebang, probably close to $30,000 in education just to help golfers. Right now, I'm not passionate about golfers. I just happen to do that back. But my point is, in all the time I've spent and the years I spent and the resources I've spent and the effort and energy I've spent, I did it so you don't have to now. You don't have to waste more time, more effort, more resources continuing to shoot your eye out. Plus, I've already done all the shooting. I've already done that. I've already taken care of what people need. Now, I'm not the right fit for I want to just share this with you as I finish. I'm not the right fit for everyone. You see, because I'm at a point in my life that I don't want people who like the idea of getting in better shape. They kind of like wanting to be fit. They know it's important and they maybe should exercise. Life's going okay. Like there's not really anything wrong. I'm doing okay. Maybe I need to lose a little bit of weight. You see, I'm not interested in the person that's kind of wishy-washy. I'm not interested in that person who doesn't believe at least enough in themselves to know that there is a lot more potential. And for a lot of people, that I want to do is not just show you your potential. I want to rip the potential rip the ceiling off of the potential so that you can be your absolute best. And I know sometimes people like, man, if I just had more motivation, Mark, you inspire me. I hear this, but I get message, Mark, thank you so much for motivating me, inspiring me. And guess what? That's great. I'm glad to do that. But it takes much more than motivation. And you know why I know that? Because look, I know a lot of people are still where they're at, despite having, look, if it was as easy as motivation, then I would not have this, I would not have a job that I have. I would not have an online coaching business. It takes much more than motivation. It takes action. Action steps, right? It takes action. You have to take action in order to improve. Like, you could go through and keep shooting your eye out, or you can just do nothing. You can do the diets, you could do the quick fixes, you can join the gyms and do the cleanses and buy the shakes and go on the medications and even get the extreme weight loss, to go to the lap bands and the bariatric surgeries and all those things. And you can go down that route, but you still got to take care of yourself. It's not the solution. That is not, none of those are solutions. They're just tactics. If you want a solution, if you want 2021, if you want 21 extra bonuses in addition to the coaching that I can provide, if you want to see if you're the right fit, send me a message. Just literally go in Messenger and say bulletproof. That's all you got to do. Just put bulletproof. And I know next week, holidays, you're like, oh, Mark, let me just get through the holidays. Well, the hard thing is, this is going away. 2021. After this year is over, this is going to be a new direction, a new pursuit, new rates. You're not going to have the bonuses. Now, truly, pull the trigger. Now's the time. Anyway, that's enough on this. Don't shoot your eye out. No, you only got two eyes. Hopefully, you already didn't shoot both eyes out. And even if you did, there's still time. If you're listening right now, there's still hope. 2020, it's gone, right? It's done. And you're like, thank goodness it's over, right? But it doesn't mean 2021 can't be a washout either if you do nothing different. See, if nothing changes, guess what? Nothing changes. That's all I got. Take care. God bless. But you have what it takes to change. You just have to believe in a little bit and get the help you need to succeed. Take care. Talk soon.